Face with MJ and Dolph. Let's go! Welcome to another edition of Game Face. I'm MJ. That is Dolph. We are your boys on the sports podcast and on everything else that we end up talking about because, it's not always sports. So, Dolph, how you doing today, bud?
Stressed. Yeah, man. I think last we talked about the house and everything coming up. Well, turns out that I'm not going to have a place to live at the 28th, after the 28th. Oh. Well, we were supposed to go month to month and stuff happened. So we weren't able to go month to month with my current landlord. The house isn't on our land yet. So okay, but the good thing is either the next episode or the episode after that will be live with me and you in the same location.
That's very true.
I can't get too upset about it. Plus, I'm going to spend 2 weeks or so in Florida back home, seeing my family. Corbin gets to go and have his birthday party in Florida with his whole family. Like, there's a lot of good that's coming out of it, but it still sucks.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm sure you remember before we bought this house, we ended up kind of in the same situation where we thought we were going month to month, and then we were told that we couldn't do that last minute.
Yeah.
Because they had so much interest in the apartment that I was in before, which is kind of like a townhouse, whatever, that they couldn't make it work. And I mean, I felt guilty. My kids, they were like, oh, it's not your fault or whatever. Shout out to my friend Opal because, we ended up staying in her living room literally for like 2 or 3 weeks until everything was set up and we can move into our house.
But now you have your house and you're there, which is where my mind keeps going. I have a end goal that I've been working towards my whole life. Like, this is I'm 44 years old. And this is the first house that I will actually own.
So, oh, wow. You know what? I did not know that fact.
Yeah. I grew up dirt poor, went in the Army, and then have been kind of a nomad since the Army. I didn't know where I wanted to be, where I wanted to stay. Like, I thought that Rockledge was my home. It used to be. It's not anymore, though, and we definitely found home now in Louisiana.
Awesome. Well, it's it's a means to an end. It's the same thing that we realized. And I remember us talking about it because we were getting a little desperate and thinking, okay, let's just get into another rental and it's just not going to happen. And I remember I said a prayer and I went to sleep, and the next morning I woke up and I don't know, like I had this different resolve about me. And it was like, no, I'm going through all of this because it's going to be worthwhile. Like, this is what it's supposed to be. And I knew I had loved the house that we had seen, that we were trying to pick up and all of those things. And then everything kind of fell in line as soon as that happened. And, we were told, okay, it's going to be another month before you can close. Then it turned out being 3 days. And we got into the house after that. But you know what? Again, good friends, good family. Everybody's always been there whenever we've needed them. And again, shout out to Opal for helping to make that possible.
Thanks, Opal.
Because the kids were able to stay in the area that they needed to be in while I could still work and do all of those things. And it just made it work. They were fantastic. And her son helped me move. So
I'm paying movers. There's no way around it. In Florida, we have family and friends and stuff. We have friends here, but not people I want to have moving my stuff.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Not that I don't trust them, but I don't feel like I have. I'd ask you to help me. Yeah, I'd ask you to help me move. I asked my brother, like, these are like close people. They're just not there. So, but it's still good. So we'll be fine.
Huh? You know what? All the best is going to happen. You'll see. I know you know it already. And the time will go by a lot quicker than you thought. And like you said, I mean, for you, Corrine and Corbin get to head to Florida for a little bit to see people you love. And again, I'll be seeing Dolph and we'll be recording an episode live. We'll figure out where the two of us together, and you'll see us both in the same room so we can like give each other dirty looks in person.
Absolutely.
All right. So today's show, we like to think outside of the box a little bit. And you see me every week. I'm wearing a little bit of a different jersey. Of course, this week it's Italy, 4 stars, 4 World Cups, if you don't know. I'm not Italian, by the way, because I get that a lot, but just love the team. But we decided this week we were going to go ahead and talk about each one of us, our 5 favorite sports jerseys. Whether we want to rank them or not, that's a whole different story. But that's where we're at right now. So I am going to kick it off in no particular order.
Because you have more anyway. and we don't know each other's lists,
No, we
and
don't.
more than likely we're gonna have some of the same.
I know for a fact, without even talking about it, that we're going to have one
I
the
say
same.
two.
If there's any other different ones than that, that's fine. But I'm sure we're going to have one that's exactly the same,
I
and
can
it's an
almost
all-timer.
guarantee two.
It's an all-timer, so be ready.
Nah.
Okay, so my first one on my list is a classic. They're not going to change it, or at least they shouldn't change it, because every other iteration of this jersey has been a disaster. Um, Now the Chicago Bulls red jersey.
Oh my God! See, that's one on my list.
Oh, well, there we go. I didn't expect that one.
I
But
told you we're gonna have at least two. I'm thinking three now, honestly. At least three, maybe more.
no, this one's a classic jersey. Now, don't get
Oh
me wrong.
yeah.
The white is nice. The red is perfect. And I'm not a Bulls fan. Yes, I like Jordan when he was playing. I'm not a Bulls fan by any stretch of the imagination. Being a homer, I'm a Miami Heat fan, so we kind of get in each other's way. But that jersey to me is just perfect. Like there's a reason that the Bulls haven't gone to the thicker jerseys like everybody else has because they know what it is that they have in this jersey. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that with the connection to history and all the trophies and everything like that, and of course to Jordan, they're not in a rush to change it at all. So you agree with that same jersey?
Oh my God. To me, it does all what you're talking about. And I didn't know they haven't changed it because I'm not, I don't really follow basketball anymore. I just remember growing up and seeing that red 23 flying through the air and the dominance
Oh
that
yeah.
it represented. And there wasn't anybody that could touch that team for way too long. And that creates just nostalgia for me. And it also creates just a love of it. I had a Bulls jersey growing up. So yeah, I loved the uniforms. Like it was just dominance from back in the day. And I don't, like I said, isn't my number one jersey, but it was in the top three when I was like writing them down.
Yeah. No, I mean there's not much you can say about the jersey. I mean, obviously Chicago's had some throwbacks with the one with the cursive on it, which in my opinion is god awful. Um,
Garbage.
and they've tried some other ones too, but it's just a classic. Like I remember when they tried with the black background with the white pinstripes on it, and that
I
was
didn't like
just
it.
I didn't like it either. It,
Yeah.
it was just like they were trying too hard. But yeah, I mean that's one of the jerseys that I look at and I'm like, yeah, how do you improve upon that? You just don't. So that's my first jersey on the talk. So Dolph, what's your first jersey? And again, no
Okay.
particular order here, people.
Oh no, this is an order. This one, there's a good reason. This is my favorite jersey of all time.
Oh, here we go. This is the one we're going to agree on. Here we go.
Oh yeah. So the problem is it's two things. See, I love the throwback version of it, the one that they
Mhm.
currently wear, but I love the original version that they do too. So it's kind of the same to me. But the Dolphins throwback that they have been wearing for the past 4 years, 5 years,
Yeah, since they resurrected it. Yeah.
has been the sexiest jersey that they have ever had. It's so close to the the 60s jersey, the 70s jerseys,
Mhm.
but it's so much better to me. And oh my God. When you think of just dominance, whenever they wear that uniform, it's like they run faster, they jump higher, they throw the ball. It's like, it's so crazy, but it's like they feel it too. The players feel it. And it's just, I love the jersey. I want, when I turned 40, I said I'd stop wearing jerseys. It's a personal thing.
Mhm.
I don't really care to wear them anymore. I would wear that one.
Yeah. Yeah, which I mean, to be honest, I was listening to a show a couple weeks ago, and I guess one of the hosts on the show is from Miami, and she brought up the Dolphins throwback jersey, and immediately the co-host was like, "Why isn't that just their everyday jersey? Like, why isn't it? Because it's the number." And he was like, "There's a lot of nice jerseys out there. There's a lot of
Mhm.
nice uniforms out there." The first one he brought up was the All Blacks from the Baltimore, which it's a nasty look. It's nice.
Oh, it's dirty,
And
yeah.
and
It's like
immediately
the
he went,
stormtrooper from the Canes. Like
yeah,
they're
yep,
just, that's not even on my list, but that's an amazing uniform. Like I love it.
yeah. No, it's super nice. But the first thing he brought up was that Dolphins uniform is my number one all time. He said, "I don't care. I'm not a Dolphins fan." The guy said, he's like, "That's the number one jersey I've ever seen in my life." So yeah, I mean, we got some good company on that one. But I agree on that one. And My list really has nothing to do with domination. I mean, I get the thinking behind it. Mine is literally, what do I think looks nice, and that's where we're going on that one. So I mean, it's it's not a coincidence that we both love that jersey. Let's be honest, Miami sports has done more good than wrong when it comes to their uniform choices. I don't know if
Oh,
it's I don't know if
ain't
it's
that the
because it's
truth?
such a fashion capital or whatever, and all the different things, but they have some seriously nice uniforms, except for when they made those gray Marlins uniforms with the orange and yellow and blue and everything. That was just out there. But that was Jeffrey Loria. So what are you going to do?
So, do you like the aqua or the white better? Because when I was talking about it, was the aqua
Hmm.
version. I had honestly slipped my mind that they've even had the white version of it. What do you think?
Aqua, all the way. In fact, that's the one I
Right?
have with the Merino jersey. That's the one that I have is the Aqua, 100% all day.
I'm looking at a picture of Cam Wake in his '91, just looking crazy in
Yeah,
that uniform. God, he dude was a beast too.
and
Man,
the block numbers on that jersey, it
yeah,
just makes you look bigger. So you got a guy that's 300 pounds suddenly looks like he's 400 pounds. Like they just look huge in these things. It's ridiculous.
for real. It's a damn good look, and it's crazy that there are people out there that are not fans that love it just as much as we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a
That
petition out there, in fact, to make it the full time uniform. I don't know
Ross
what's
ain't
going to
doing
happen
that.
with that,
Ross won't
obviously,
do
but
that.
yeah, well, I mean, Ross is going to do whatever Ross thinks is good for business. But he invested a lot of money into that new logo, so I don't see that
You
going
do
anywhere.
know what is good for business.
Yeah, exactly.
Multiple
He knows it's good for
uniforms,
business.
different
Yeah,
types of uniforms, things to sell. Like it, yeah, man.
yeah. Because then what do you
Grab
make the alternate? Then you got to come up with something different. I mean, obviously the NFL probably needs to be contacting the NBA on their choices for their city uniforms and stuff because those are getting crazy, but they're nice.
I I don't like where they're going with that. Like I don't like that the NBA has so many different jerseys.
Hmm.
I get it though. I get it because it is pure marketing
Oh yeah.
and it I get it. And they're one of the only like professional sports that do that and do so many different types of uniforms
Hmm.
and have no issue with throwing a one-off out there for 6 games in a row and then letting it go to the wayside forever. Like I
Oh yeah. Never wear it again.
never wear it again. And you're
Uh
like, what
huh.
the hell happened to that one? I like that one. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The Heat uniforms though, the Vice uniforms, they did really nice on those. Those and again Miami, but I mean, they did really really well on those uniforms. The other one that
So,
really impressed me was with NFL lately, and it's not on my list, is the Bengals all whites. Those came out really nice too with the new white helmet. So
oh, with
that's pretty cool.
the stripes, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
like that. No,
yeah,
yeah,
they came
I
out real
did.
nice. It looks like the Snow Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
And forgive me, Vader has decided to make some noise here tonight, so he's gotten making his voice known during the show. So I'll move on. My next jersey in the conversation is probably I can guarantee this one's not on your list. It is the Holland soccer jersey from
Whoa.
1988.
No.
It's a jersey unlike any other one that I've ever seen. My brother-in-law Eddie would be very very proud right now because that's
All
his
right,
favorite team is
Holland.
Holland. Yes, Holland 1988. Holland always wears the orange. Their nickname is the Clockwork Orange,
Oh my God.
but the jersey's just really nice. They put this pattern into it that it's almost hypnotizing when you look at it. It could be anything from like retro 1970s to some kind of a holographic jersey. That is the one. Yes, that is the one.
That is ridiculous.
But it is so nice in my opinion. I mean, it just works, and they wore it at that point with the white shorts. As you can see, the one guy right there in the picture, it just works. It
Okay.
just works. And again, I'm an Italian soccer fan, so it's hard for me to go ahead and choose Holland for something like that because the Italians have had some epic uniforms back in the day. But it's clean and it has enough detail to separate itself from anything else that you've ever seen. And in my opinion, it just works. I don't know. Maybe you have a different opinion, Duff.
I do not care for that at all. It is so busy. To me, it's like a print shirt. Like I just don't think that it's something that I would ever want to. I'm looking at these as things that I want to wear.
Yeah.
That if I was to go into the game, even though if I was a fan or not, I would want to wear the jersey of the ones that I have. Like I said, even if any of these 6 that I have are not, yeah, I'd wear it. It's a cool jersey. there's not a way in hell you'd ever catch me wearing that tangerine looking crazy thing. I like orange jerseys. You know I do. One of my favorite jerseys from the Dolphins, not on this list, but the orange alternate from back
in the background,
like
right there.
From the, that one right there. That one right there. One of my favorite jerseys that they put out. I could have done top 5 jerseys of the Dolphins if I wanted to. Honestly, I could have. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to branch out. I couldn't even see myself wearing that. That looks like I don't even know. I'm trying to think of a family friendly way of describing this. I'm just going to leave it at I don't like it, man. It's not my thing. I respect you for going deep into the cut for that one.
Oh no, this isn't deep in the cut. Just wait.
It feels like it.
This is our program teaser right now. That is not deep in the cut. Trust me. When I go deep in the cut, I'm going deep in the cut. And every single one of these jerseys I've seen at some point. Now, that one, obviously I remember it a little bit because I was still pretty young back then, but I remember seeing it because I was watching the Azzurri, obviously the Italian team. They played Holland, and I remember seeing that jersey. And it caught my attention back then. And when I was thinking about this today, I was like, okay, you know what? Which ones have caught my attention? And I found it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot all about that one. And I was like, I got to add this into the show. Okay, so Dolph, what's your next jersey?
So I didn't go with a jersey for the next one. I went with a team. Because I can't pick what jersey I like out of them. I just think, and it's so funny that I feel this way because I just bashed the NBA for doing what I think that this team is doing.
Okay.
They marketed their ass off, and they had a winning team, and they were definitely putting as many jersey types out there as they possibly could when Chip Kelly was out there running their offensive defense.
As soon as you said that, I knew where you were going. Oh, I knew where you were going.
The Ducks, man. The Ducks. My goodness. Let me share a screen. I just Googled it. It was the craziest thing. Let me pull it up real quick. Oregon Ducks football uniforms.
Okay, so while you're pulling that up, fun fact: Oregon has 592 different possible uniform combinations.
Yes, presently. Look at these, and they're all dope. Look at Come on now.
Okay, so scroll up on that side picture that you had just a second ago there, where you had the guys with the O in the background, right there with the wings. Okay. Have you ever heard the final part from what I'm told, the final part of the recruiting pitch? Do you play for your Oregon football?
No.
They take you out on the field after you've done everything, after you've done the pictures and the uniforms and all of those things. And they take you out on the field where they have the giant O sitting there over the field. Mm-hmm. And they tell you, why do you want to play for Oregon? Oh, and guess what's under the O? Nike. And that's exactly what they say. Oh, Nike, because you're getting all kinds of gear when you play at Oregon. Because where did Phil Knight, the creator of Nike, go? To Oregon. So, yes. Bro, so, you know what? It's funny. They're not on my list, but they were definitely on my thoughts when it came to all of this. But I couldn't decide on a particular uniform of theirs.
As you can't, because there's so many their colors do so well, and then they mix in like the neons that are kind of hot as far as the time frame that they were putting out a lot of the uniform when they first started. The pink, like I don't think that pink should have been on a football helmet, but did you just see that?
It's the breast cancer awareness uniforms. They were tight. I like those. They were really, really nice.
Oh man, I love the NFL's breast cancer awareness stuff. I love the dolphin hats, the pink ones. Uh-huh. I get them all the time. I have pink shirts that I wear with them because I love them so much.
Yeah, I mean it's a good choice, but like I said, on that one you have to go with the organization, with the school.
Yeah,
you can't just
pick one.
there ain't no way. There ain't no way. There's no way whatsoever. Okay, so now I'm going to give an honorable mention right now because I'm kind of throw things off a little bit. But my honorable mention, and I don't know why I like this one so much. It's just clean. It's classic. It no longer exists, but it's a nice jersey. The Hartford Whalers, but the green one specifically. Okay, now I've been to Hartford, Connecticut. People still wear this jersey. Like you could see people wearing this jersey. They no longer have a team. The team moved to Carolina. They're the Hurricanes now. But the Hartford Whaler jerseys is such a clean look to me. And it has everything you're looking for. no matter how you look at it, it has the team logo in it. It has the letters of the city. It has the letter of the team. It's just really, really nice, in my opinion. It's a classic, understated look, but it's a nice jersey. For me, it was either going to be this one or maybe Montreal, the Canadiens. But there's something about this Hartford jersey that I really, really enjoy.
Okay, I wouldn't wear it. I'm a larger fella in the midsection, and these horizontal lines in the dead center just don't do well for my body shape by no standards. So pinstripes are the way I go. If I'm gonna do stripes, I'm doing pinstripes up and down, make me look longer. Come on now, we're talking fashion. I mean, you got to know better than to wear something. I get it though. It's a cool looking jersey. On the ice, it looks cool. Like the top two or the top left, those like
Yeah.
the third from the or fourth from the left. That's a good looking jersey. He's menacing looking. I mean the whales, it makes it look like some eyes that he looks angry. So like if you look at it like that, like the W as the eyes and then the anger, to me it's kind of imposing a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's literally a whale tail sticking out there.
I know what it is. I'm just saying
Yeah,
when I look at it, it gives me feelings of aggression, which is
I'm
cool.
sure. I'm sure PETA was happy to see it go because they're calling it the Whalers. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
but just to me, just a classic look, just a really really underrated jersey combination for what it was. And like I say, I've been to Connecticut, and it was just a couple of years ago that I was there, and there were people still wearing the jerseys. So that's got to tell you something about it. But then again, at the same time, if you go to Seattle, I'm sure you're going to see Sonics jerseys, and that team hasn't been around for a long time. So it's just one of those things. All right, so next, what's next on your list?
Um, yeah. So my next one was the Bulls, just so you know.
Okay.
But we've already talked about that, so I'll keep it moving. This is a team, and from back in the 80s, 90s, that were just, and we've talked about this before, they were known for being just a dirty ass team. Part of my French, that was just grungy. You go into their city in Oakland and you might not come out alive because it was a violent place. And the
Mm-hmm.
team was violent. They have like Ultimate Warrior guys. Like, man, it was a great, the Raiders.
Yeah, the
The
black hole.
Raiders,
Yeah.
black. They're black on silver, or silver on black,
Mm-hmm.
was just such an amazing and menacing jersey colors. And then to people of our age and hip hop fans and hip hop movie fans from back in there,
Oh yeah.
you couldn't turn on something without seeing the Raiders hats, like the black
Mm-hmm.
hats with the white Raider logo or the white Raider writing, the big ass R, that go, yeah, all that
Yeah.
stuff, or that, and then the Raider itself, buddy. It is just a menacing looking jersey, and then the fans embrace the menace, which is
Yeah.
what's even crazier. They take it. And these guys are painting their faces silver and black and mohawks and all kinds of crazy. It's Mad Max on a football.
It really is.
Which is it's so entertaining to figure that the first time I remember watching them was I was probably 6 or 7 years old. And you think, who was I a fan of at that time? It was the Ultimate Warrior,
Okay.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, what's the other, the two brothers, the crazy brothers,
The Steiner brothers?
yeah, the Steiner
Yeah.
brothers. I was a fan of the craziness at that point, and the Raiders fed into it. Growing up as a Dolphin fan, I still had a Raider hat. I had
Okay.
to. It was just such a cool jersey, or cool hat to have, or jersey to have, and a hat to have. I had to have one.
No, I mean it's definitely a good look. It's a very clean look, and then of course with the symbolism behind the whole thing, and their fans. I mean, they literally call their stadium the Black Hole.
Yeah, man.
And you've got the guys, and to go to your wrestling analogy, with the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, there's one guy that's still a fan there that he shows up with the jersey with spikes coming out of the pads.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Raider football fans. You'll see. Look at this madness.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolute insanity. And there he is right there, top center. Guy shows up every week with his spikes coming up out of his jersey, with the football pads on. The whole thing is just it's absolute insanity. But you know what the crazy thing is about that?
What's that?
Those fans look nuts. They're some of the nicest fans out there.
Oh yeah. No
Yeah.
doubt. I've seen some documentaries about that, and like the wildest, or not the wildest fan, the most dedicated fans, and there was a
Hmm.
Raider fan that was on it, and it was amazing. Like, they was such
Yeah.
a good guy. He would go out there in all of his face paint and his spikes and stuff, and do like rides for kids and
Hmm.
charity work. Like, it was the craziest thing. I love it. We have people that are that crazy as far as the Dolphins,
Yeah.
but they don't look threatening. They look
No. No.
fun. They look
Yeah.
happy. They're in aqua orange and they're on white, and they're just like, "Hey guys, let's have fun." These guys are like, "I'm gonna kill you." Like, that's what you feel when you go like these people. But I know they're nice people, and they're an
Yeah.
amazing fan base. And there's never been anything. I've never had anything bad heard about a Raider fan.
No. 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 Seriously, I've never heard anything bad about a Raider fan. A little fanatical is all you hear, but I mean that's okay. That's what fan stands for, is fanatic, right? So it's just what it is. It's not like they're Philly
Oh,
fans where
what?
they're throwing snow at Santa Claus and booing him and like threatening to kill you if they ever lose a game and you're at Lincoln Financial. So yeah, just I digress.
I I lo- I love the team, like, and just win as their mentality. Like,
Yeah,
I
man.
love it.
Well, I mean, Al Davis did a great job with that. The Just Win baby and the silver and
Mhm.
black attack. It worked on every level. So Al Davis, God rest his soul. Hopefully you're well taken care of somewhere. But you did wonders for sports, whether you knew it or not. Okay, so I'm gonna move on now, and this is currently one of my favorite jerseys out there. Um, I just think it's an awesome look. I don't know who came up with the idea, but whoever it did deserves some kind of a made up Nobel Prize or something, because this is a fantastic jersey.
A made up prize. I love it.
The Miami Marlins have not done a lot lately great on their jerseys. Their new
Okay.
jerseys are very understated, but they came out with a jersey called
Okay.
the Sugar Kings jersey. And
Okay.
if this isn't the nicest baseball uniform I've ever seen at this point in my life, I don't know what is. First off, it's a throwback to the Havana Sugar Kings in Cuba. So, with that
Oh, dude.
Hispanic heritage and all of that, it speaks to us. The hat is beautiful. The jersey
Oh
is
my
beautiful.
God.
The T-shirts are really, really nice. It's selling like crazy. Nike helped design this thing and decided to go not just throwback, but go way back and really try and
Bro.
connect with the city. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, this connects to the city. Like, this is going to speak to them. Like,
Oh yeah,
it not only looks like the Sugar Kings, but it also looks like a Miami Hurricanes baseball jersey too, with the Miami in the front. So
yeah, a
that'll
little
speak to
bit.
people
Mhm.
too.
Yeah,
I
these jerseys are
I like it.
flying off the shelves.
I like
Uh,
the blue with the red though.
no, I do. I do. I went to buy a Sugar Kings hat here in the Tampa area. You can't find them anywhere. And I asked the guy, I was like, is that only because it's a Miami team? He said, no, they sell so fast, we can't keep them in stock.
That's amazing. I dig it. I didn't even I don't really watch. Dude, that's awesome too.
And Vader's having a little bit of fun again.
Vader's getting it. Oh, look at that shirt.
Yes.
$40. That's the blue. I like the blue with that.
Yeah, my favorite is the red. I love the
Okay.
red with the white letters and the blue outline. It's just, man, like, again, Nobel Prize. If somebody can come up with one Nobel Prize for fashion or sports fashion or something, let's make it happen. Like, somebody deserves this.
So this look right here.
Yeah, no, all of it, just all of it, and it's the details. Because if you look there at the arm patch where it says Miami Marlins and it has the little crown, and then on the hat you have the crown with the double M's in it, and just every piece of it was done dead on, dead on. They did it absolutely perfect. Kudos to Nike. They did a fantastic job on this jersey selection.
I was just pulling the Sugar King stuff up, so
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
everybody can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it was. I've seen it before. I didn't know if anybody else did.
Yeah.
Remember, I may not be Hispanic, but I did grow up in a Cuban household, so I heard a lot about the Cuban lifestyles and whatnot. So that's cool, man. I dig that. That is really I like the jersey. I like the shirts, the hats, all that stuff. I wouldn't spend my money to buy one.
Mhm.
But I definitely like it. Like, I may, if I can find one to put one in my backdrop when I build my studio, I'll get one. It would definitely
definitely.
do that. It wouldn't be something I'd want to wear, but it's something that I definitely want to have to display.
I'll get you a cardboard cutout. Looks like a jersey.
Oh, that's better. Hell yeah. I'm in on that one. Absolutely.
All right, what's your next one?
You mean free 99 cardboard? I'm in.
Right, right. It's all starchy. It's crisp.
Oh. So you kind of spoke about this one earlier, and I don't know if it's on your list. Dude, the Miami Vice Heat jerseys. How are we just
yeah.
talking about this?
Yeah.
I mean, we're 23 minutes into this, and we're just talking about this. It screams Miami.
Absolutely.
Like Miami, from the Miami Vice, and those of you that don't know, I'll pull it up. Give me a second.
And there's a bunch of different versions of this one too, because they've gone multiple seasons now with the Vice jerseys and just switching them up.
I'm talking
Miami
the
just
black.
needs to get jerseys done right.
The black ones is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, the black ones. I mean, just it's almost a nightclub ad. I mean, come on.
For real, it is. Yeah, the black right here with that, man, it just screams Miami. And like, I'm a Miami fan of the city as a whole. I love the place. I grew up there. I have roots there still. Like, I still have family down there. And this to me represents my childhood down there, because I grew up in the 80s in Miami. Like, I remember the Miami Gardens before Joe Robbie Stadium. I remember and this is the feel of the city. Even as a kid, you could see all the neon. Like, think of Vice City for Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Have you played it?
Mm-hmm. I've seen it. I've never played it. Jaden has it though.
This is the color scheme of the whole place. The neons, the pinks, the blues, the greens, and it screams South Florida to me, and it talks to my heart and talks to my roots. My mom, even though she wasn't from Miami, was a Miami girl, and it's crazy to say that, but as every bit of her loved Miami, loved the city, loved the feel of the place. We spent our weekends in Biscayne Bay and out in the like craziness. It's just a great place back in the day. And yes, there was a bunch of issues, gang fights and all kinds of craziness. There's reasons we left Miami.
Yeah.
But this speaks to the nostalgic part of my life there.
Yeah, I mean, I was completely shocked when they made the half and half jerseys, which you see on there. It was funny watching the team. When they ran one direction, they were one color. When they ran the other direction, they were a different color. It was just kind of weird. I mean, but it worked, and they sold a ton of jerseys. And they just keep rolling out great jerseys after great jerseys. But definitely the black, to me, was kind of the pinnacle of that. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the current ones and the mismatch now that they're doing. But that black Miami Vice Knights jersey was just second to none. Absolutely second to none.
Absolutely. I love it from front to back, left to right. Look at that. That's so cool.
Okay, now on my next one on the list, you're going to have to pull this up.
Okay.
Because there's no way to visualize this thing. You just have
half of years nobody's visualizing. Yeah. Come on.
And like I say, I've seen this one in action, and when I first saw it, I was like, "The heck is that?" But it grew on me very quickly. Okay, so we're talking about the Norway Olympic curling team. Their uniforms were called and I have it written down here, the loudmouth pants, because I always forget the name of it. You'll see this is the most epic thing I've ever seen anybody wear in a sport.
Oh my goodness.
Ever. And the thing is that there's been ugly uniforms. There's ugly uniforms. There's all kinds of stuff. This one just works.
So if you have young children, don't let them look at the screen. Shield their eyes. This is a profane view when I share this screen. I hate that this is on my history now.
No, but you really hate that you love it. That's the thing. Because especially you being a golfer, those pants speak to you. Okay, I don't even want to hear that. Those pants absolutely speak to you.
Right.
I mean, look at the awesomeness that is that. Like, who comes up with that? Especially Norway, that is typically understated. You know, they're pretty muted in everything that they do. Those pants are awesome.
You're talking these, right?
Which one? Yeah, those right there. Those are the loudmouth pants. Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, they won the silver medal that year too.
Oh, look at this.
So not only are they absolutely sweet, but they also come with a winning tradition.
Look at these things.
Yes.
They're red, white, and blue, so I like them. That's the problem. There's my issue.
But I mean, who else does this? And by the way, speaking of who else does this, what other show is number one going to bring up wife carrying competitions and the Norway curling team loudmouth pants? Like, you're not getting us anywhere else. So keep tuning in every week because we got you, I promise.
Those things they're amazing and awful all at the same time, and I love it for it. Like, you're right, golf pants are very similar to that with the belts and everything. You can look at people like Ricky Fowler and whatnot, and they wear things like that. And a lot of the newer generation and some of the older generation with the cuffed pants and whatnot have things like this too. So, yeah, man, I dig it. Like I said, I wouldn't say I'd go out there and buy a pair to wear.
No, absolutely not.
I definitely see the value in those. They're definitely cool for what they're doing.
This one is like is like you with some of those jerseys that I brought up. There's no way on God's green earth am I wearing this thing. But it was so cool to see it, and it was like, okay, yeah, that's kind of awesome. But again, things from the random mind of MJ that just seem to pop up. Do you have any other ones that you wanted to bring up?
No, I do not. Okay. That was you got me on the couple. Like I'm like we had 1, 2, 3 of the same.
Okay, so I was going to bring up another one, but I didn't put it on my list because it's almost just way too basic, but it works really well. And that's from rugby, from the All Blacks. The All Blacks, when they wear their all black jerseys, those things are nice, man. Again, like I say, super understated. Very, very simple, but it works.
The New Zealand team?
Yes, the New Zealand All Blacks. Yes, sir. If you haven't watched them, the team is pretty good. I've seen literally like 2 games. One of them was with the All Blacks, and the other one was another team that I'm forgetting what it was. But Australian rules football just kind of gets on my nerves a little bit because of how the guy runs out with the white hat, and every time they score, it irritates the living garbage out of me. But that uniform combination is so nice. Again, it's very basic. It's all black, but they did it just right. The placement of the logos, all of those things. It's a really clean, awesome look.
Well, what do other rugby uniforms look like?
Oh, not good. Not good. I mean, there's some that are pretty decent out there, but just look them up. Rugby uniforms. And there's going to be some out there that they're just, I mean, they look like biking jerseys.
They do?
It looks like you should be in the Tour de France, not playing Australian rules or rugby.
They also like soccer jerseys.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, soccer jerseys, there's so many of them that anything could be a soccer jersey these days. But they do kind of look like that.
Yeah, so as far as rugby, those are dope. I dig it. I like them.
Yeah, I mean, again, random stuff, from a random mind. But hopefully that's bringing some entertainment to everybody. Oh, I never even saw that one, the Kawasaki Professional.
Yeah,
rugby
that's cool.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks. I pulled it up because it looks like it's Pacific Islander.
It does. It looks exactly like that, like all the tattoos those guys are getting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have you seen Tua? Have you seen Tua?
No.
Tua's got a full-on sleeve now.
That's awesome.
And beefing up. It's so funny. There was an article the other day talking about how Tua is different this season, that we're going to see a different Tua, and they were talking about his tattoo. I was like, man, you could tell this is the slow time of the sports calendar, that this is the article they're putting out.
Let's see. Tua tattoo.
Yeah, he started with a quarter sleeve, and now from what I understand, it's all the way down.
Oh, yeah. If that's it. I don't know. It says Tua Polynesian tattoo. I don't know if that's it or not.
That should be it, yeah.
Let's see. I'll just make sure. I see the quarter, which was like more of a shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the full one, though.
Well, this was an article. Apparently, this is brand new. So okay. I don't know if there's a lot of pictures of it out there. But, I mean, we are going to see a different Tua, because if you haven't seen him, the dude is beefy now.
No, I've seen a lot of it, actually. A lot of him, picked pictures of him. I just haven't seen the tattoo version.
Well, we'll see it. You know how that's going to come up on all season long.
they have nothing better to talk about.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so we are at time right now. Thank you, everybody, as usual, for tuning into the show. We appreciate you all. Dolph appreciates you. I appreciate you. My dog is making a bunch of noise, Vader, in the background. I appreciate you guys, and we will see you next week.
That's the show today. What are you waiting for? Like and subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.